Welcome guys to the Tone Show. Today I want to talk about the last episode, which was episode 5, Go-Getters of season 7 of The Walking Dead. From the beginning of this episode, we could see it was going to be a lot about Maggie's story. And that was definitely focused on by the fact that the first shot we got was Maggie opening her eyes. To everybody's joy, I'm sure, the fact that she still has the baby is great because we didn't know what's going to happen. Obviously, the situation that we're in, they put them in a lot of peril. And a woman who's pregnant, you never know, she could have lost the baby. Losing Glenn was enough, but losing the baby, that would have just been too much, right? But thankfully, she didn't lose the baby. She isn't in great shape, but at least she didn't lose the baby. And from the beginning, you can tell this episode is going to be about the relationship between Sasha and Maggie and the other characters on the hilltop. When Gregory came in and he saw Sasha and Maggie talking over the graves, you can already tell that Gregory's going to be a dick. Like, Gregory he's perfect. He's right off the comic book. If you guys read the comic, this actor portrays Gregory perfectly. He's a dick, he's a coward, and he has a lip. He says things that are just really inappropriate. And he can remember people's names. How can you not remember people's names? You're supposed to be leading people. It's ridiculous. He's like that boss you have at work that he's like, but he doesn't remember your name? That's Gregory. So from the beginning, you can tell there's going to be tension between Gregory, Sasha, and Maggie. The whole episode, I was wondering who is going to punch this guy. Like, see, this guy deserves a punch. And thankfully, at the end, he got a punch. But they showed a lot of restraint, actually. And he got a punch from a pregnant woman. Like, wow. I thought Sasha was going to be the one to step up, but it looks like it was actually Maggie. And the name of the episode is Go-Getters. So you can think that the episode is about the fact that Rick, at the beginning of the episode, he said, well, I'm going out, I need to get supplies because these guys are going to be back. So you can say, well, they're the go-getters. Or you can say, well, it's called Go-Getters because Gregory basically tells them, not Gregory, but Sasha kind of proposes, well, why don't you let Maggie stay and I'll go out and I'll forage and I'll pay for her way. So she's a go-getter. Or you can say the episode's called Go-Getters because at the end, Sasha asks Jesus, hey, can you find out where Negan lives? So is she a go-getter for going after Negan? Or maybe this is really about Carl. Did you see how Carl had his first date on roller skates? Like, it's the apocalypse, and it just shows you that the innocence of children, even Carl, that they have, that they were roller skating. Like, you wouldn't think that's, and what are the odds of finding 2 pair of skates? Have you ever been to the Bowl-O-Rama? I'm thinking about The Simpsons. Have you ever been to a bowling alley and you're lucky if they find shoes that fit you at the bowling alley? Like, it's you get like 11 and a half and a 12, like you get mismatched pairs. And when you go skating, I can't skate for nothing. But when you go skating, it's very hard to find a pair of skates that fit you. So what are the odds in the apocalypse, a zombie apocalypse, you find not 1 but 2 pair of skates and they fit? And then you go skating with your date. Oh, that was sweet. So that was pretty cool. That was one of the highlights of the episode. It was a really slow episode. A lot of things didn't happen. It was basically just about showing you, hey, Maggie's at the hilltop and there's tension and there's things that are unraveling there. Did you see what a dirtbag Gregory was? He went to open the closet to give them up, and thankfully he just gave up what it was, a scotch, whiskey? He gave away his booze, right? But he was going to give them up, and they would have killed him. Because already, remember, the father, I forget what his name, he freaking, he thought quick on his feet and he created those graves for them. So when Negan asked, hey, what about the pregnant one? I want to see her. He showed him the grave. I think that was the last episode, episode 4, which was Service, that happened. So if he had found these 2 alive, by Negan rules, somebody has to pay. So that could have been a body. And Gregory almost got them both killed or somebody else killed. So it was quick thinking by Jesus to put her in any closet. And it's funny, Jesus seems like such a badass dude because I'm not sure if you remember when they had him tied up, he just made his way out of those cuffs and onto boom chicka bum bow. That's what was happening with Rick and Michonne. And he's taking orders from Gregory, but it looks like it's because Jesus doesn't want to be in charge. Like, he just seems like he's got his hippie thing going on. He got the long hair. He doesn't really want to have to take care of everybody, but he has a heart. So at first I was like, maybe Jesus will end up being the leader of the hilltop, but it looks like it's shaping up to be more Sasha or Maggie. And at the end, you saw when Gregory kneeled, like, okay, I understand you gotta kneel because the saviors are coming, right? But seriously, Gregory, have some balls. At least like kneel, like I'm gonna really show us our face, like you're not gonna kneel. You just went, okay, I just kneel, and he petted you on the head. Out my glasses. So from then on, I knew like this guy is a pushover, and he's not good for the hilltop. So I think definitely Sasha and Maggie showed that both of them can lead. And it looks like it's leaning towards that, like they're gonna take control of the hilltop from this guy because this guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Now, the badass moment of the episode was when Maggie went all like, oh, I'm country and rural, but at the same time, I like monster trucks. And she went on the tractor and she just went all over those, walkers, and she went on top of that car and she just ran over that car and just drove over it and just crunched it, compacted. That was pretty badass. I think that was one of my favorite parts of the episode. That and the roller skating was pretty cool. And I don't know what's up with Enid. Sometimes I think that she might be a traitor or she might be some type of scout. I don't know. There's something up with Enid. At first I thought she just had some type of trauma, but now I'm wondering, is she a spy for someone? Maybe a Negan spy? Was she really just going to the hilltop to pay her respects? I don't know. I think we have to watch Enid. But you saw Carl. Carl can drive for ish. He can show roller skate. And he was in the back of the truck with Jesus. That was pretty cool. I didn't expect that. I thought that Jesus was going to be discovered by one of Negan's men. But come to find out, little Carl's back there. And he also has a plan to assassinate Negan. How cute. So it looks like Negan doesn't have a shortage of enemies anywhere. Everywhere he turns, there's somebody willing to kill his ass. And I was kind of surprised. I thought Rick was going to be like, there's going to be some rumblings of Rick that he was plotting something. But it looks like Rick is just going along with the go along for now. And Michonne was kind of looking at him like, you for real? Because remember, she found those mattresses. So I don't know. I definitely thought it was going to be a little bit more fight from him. But it looks like Rick is just playing it cool because he knows what's at stake. But I'm hoping he'll snap out of it just pretty soon. Because right now it just seems like Rick is a pushover. And we know Rick don't play that. Lastly, I want to touch on Sasha. Like, Sasha lost Bob, her lover. Then she lost her brother Tyrese. And now she just lost her new love, Abraham. So you got to give it up to Sasha, man. She's holding shit down. She's holding shit together. And she's taking all that anger and she's focusing it on assassination. So it looks like that's what Sasha's after, the assassination of Negan. So kudos to her for keeping shit together. So next episode, I'm hoping we go over to back to the kingdom, because I feel like the sooner we get all our characters together, and now they're all split up. So we're going. Looks like it's going Alexandria, Kingdom, Hilltop. So it looks like we might be going back to the Hilltop for the next episode and back to Alexandria. And the sooner we get all our characters together, I think we'll see some more motion. Because right now, more momentum. Because right now, things seem pretty kind of slow. And not a lot happened this last episode, but at least we found out that that Maggie and Sasha made it okay. So this has been episode 5, Go Getters of season 7. This is the Tone Show, and I'm out.